is it that Shree Cooper hasn't done that I can say he should do to say he's done it all?
He won that championship. That was it.
You could do everything. He's done everything. He's scored a lot of assists.
The only thing that can cap off his career is becoming Mr. Basketball.
So why is it that when I watch Juwan Odom, did I feel like he's the best player? Every time I watch Juwan Odom play, I feel like I'm seeing something special. Like I'm seeing something that I'm not gonna maybe not see again. I said that for a long time. BJ Boston was my favorite high school player in Georgia. I don't get that feeling that I'm seeing something I'll never see again.
That's a layup for Zacko. Gonna be tough to play a zone with Zacko Littleton on the floor.
I would like to start off saying I want to give honor to the Lord himself. The crazy thing is, I never thought I'd be in this position that I'm in today. First, I would like to thank my dad for putting the dog mentality in me at a young age. Also for making innumerable sacrifices for me and teaching me how to become a man. Then I would like to give thanks to my mom for teaching me to always be myself and make my own decisions always. Then I would like to thank Swain for the competitive nature I have today. Next, I would like to thank Coach Dudley for believing in me ever since he saw me play. And thanks to the whole Team Kara coaching staff, Coach Ivory, Coach O, Coach Bird, J-Rock, and Tiger. Then I would like to thank my stepmom and my stepdad for always supporting me and believing in me every step of the way. Coach Lakes, thank you for believing in me at South Cobb, then to the O. I couldn't have asked for a better high school coach. Hopefully this last year can be historical. I would like to thank every coach that has recruited me, but I only could choose one school. I've always betted on myself. With that being said, I'd be committed to the University of Memphis.
It's the Love of the Game podcast. We're in the building. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all understand what the vibes is. Y'all saw the video. Hey, man, we have one of the most incredible players in GHSA basketball right now. Phenomenal young man. Been one of the best players in that 2022 class. Shit, probably since the 4th, 5th grade, man. Recent Memphis commit. We're going to skip the intro a lot. What's up, Bryce? What's up? Y'all not important today. We got Zacko Littleton in the house. VJ, what's good?
What up, what up?
Hey, man, wanted to say first and foremost, congratulations. If any kid that I've seen, and we've seen a lot of kids, if any kid deserves this type of recognition, you definitely deserve it. You definitely work for it. Man, how does it feel to have the commitment done?
It feels good. Feels good.
You played for, a lot of different coaches, had a lot of people in and out, man. ZJ, tell me what was Locke like as a coach?
You just got to bring energy to the game with him. If not, then you just got to hustle and you got to have effort. If not, he go sit you down and go make sure somebody go come get you ASAP.
My boy know me.
I want to know who subs more. Is it Locke or Bryce?
Bryce.
it's definitely Bryce.
Hey, I don't have time. I don't have time to be playing with kids, man. You got to get the job done.
Hey,
Bryce, he was just in the 8th grade, man. He was going to the 9th grade playing 17U. Bryce.
I didn't sub him out. I subbed the other kids out.
I thought overall.
Hey, let me tell you what's funny about this. You talking about me, ZJ? You remember when you was in 6th grade and I just say, let's do hoop mixtapes.
Yeah.
That when I used to tell ZJ to get the ball and do whatever. I said you need to shake them, you need to shoot a deep ass 3. I'm like, this is your moment. Hoop mixtape. It's time to make a mixtape. And this was in the 6th grade at McEachern.
The things Locke would do to try to get a win, boy. I tell you. I remember those things. But I do want to talk about your role coming through, man. Like you've had a tremendous kind of path to where you landed today. Always been known as a worker, always been known as a gym rat. But that's my view from the outside looking in. What do you feel like from your perspective is like the most important thing for you that kind of got you to this point?
Just working hard every day, staying loyal to the grind. I like working out. I love feeling getting better. The feeling of getting better.
How much does South Georgia mean to you? We saw Albany get a lot of love in the commitment video. Talk about your loyalty, man, to South Georgia.
That's my city, man. We don't get enough recognition down there. You know, somebody got to put us on the map, so I'm gonna do it.
I love it. What was it about Memphis? What was it? Was it, the mystique or the history or the legacy of Memphis? Was it just kind of a feel for the coaching staff? What was it about Memphis?
I had a good relationship with 3 coaches on the coaching staff. We went over film when I was at South Cobb, went over film in fall league at South Cobb, went over film during my last summer, during the pandemic summer, and went over film during now when I was at Osborne. So I just feel like it was the right fit and they really wanted me.
When you talk to the coaching staff tonight, man, I want you to ask them about the Memphis State and Louisville rivalry. Coach Penny played in that, was a part of that rivalry. He used to kill us, but have them tell you some Elliot Perry stories, man, tonight when you get there. Go have them pull some of that film. That'll be fun to watch.
All right.
I got you making it hard for me, man. First, BJ Boston goes to University of Kentucky. That's the biggest rivalry for Louisville there is. And then you pick the second biggest rivalry there. Y'all making it hard for me to cheer for my home school, man. Y'all really are. I'm gonna try to ride with you every other game that you play, man. I'm gonna hope you play good. I'm just gonna hope that maybe we get the win. Although here lately we ain't been doing too good.
Yeah.
You could kill Locke's favorite school though. 30 ball him, 40 ball him. I don't even know who Locke cheering for these days.
Hey man, Zarko, I don't care what school my boy at. He knows I'm gonna support him 110%.
That's your favorite school, no matter what school you go to?
Hey man, y'all gotta understand. I seen people. Zarko, tell them what was your favorite sport before basketball. Zarko ain't always been a basketball player.
I played baseball. I was way better at baseball.
I met Zarko on the baseball field, and it's funny. I took my niece and nephew out there, and Zarko, you made what, 7 or 8? Throwing, man. Zarko had. When I say Zarko had a fastball, Zarko had a fastball, and I took my niece and nephew out there. I was like, nah, this ain't for us. I think we was at Lincoln Park, Zarko. You remember that right off Slappy?
Yeah, Bam. I remember Bam. I threw it to Bam. Bam just shook his head and he was ready to leave.
Hey, is there any chance that we'll ever see you back on the mound playing baseball ever again in the future?
I don't know. It's over. It's over.
Zach, let me ask you this: who has been some of your biggest influences of guys that you kind of pattern your game after as you've been coming through?
Really Miles Powell. Like I really never used to watch basketball, but then my dad started making me key in on it and watch it, and I was watching a lot Miles Powell when he was at Senior Hall, so I'd say Miles Powell.
Why didn't you watch basketball?
I mean, I watched it, but like, I was younger. I ain't really know the benefits of basketball back then.
Baseball, man, y'all don't understand how good this kid was in baseball. Like, y'all seen the work dedication in basketball. I remember you was on the east side. I used to drive by the park, and your dad used to make you do push-ups out there in the baseball field by Doherty High School every afternoon. I remember when we moved up here to Atlanta, we all used to go to the YMCA, go to the batting cage. Like, when I say he was locked in on baseball, I thought he was going to be a high major baseball player. I never would have thought at that time he was going to be a big time basketball prospect.
I'm glad we got you out of the baseball diamond because now I can watch you play, and I ain't watching no baseball, my guy. I'm glad you're on the basketball court, man. Hey, anybody you want to give some shout outs to, man? You know, you gave a lot of love on your commitment video, but just anybody you want to shout out. We know you're at the gym right now. See, kids, this is what great players do. They don't sit around and just keep celebrating their success. They get right back to work. Zach already at the gym, man, so we're gonna let you get back to it. But any shout outs you want to give, any recognition you want to give to folks that help you along the way?
I want to shout out to Coach Ty, man. He had passed away this past year. I know I ain't get to shout my boy out, but he believed in me, trusted me. He let me play on the 17U team, and he always wanted me to do me, play my game, and play my role, and do what I had to do to get to this level. I know he'll be proud of me, and the rest of my family, my granddad, grandma. So yeah.
All right, man, we're gonna let you get to it, man. We're gonna bring Dad on, man, and let Dad jump in here with us. I do want to know one thing, Zoc. Last question. Is Big Zoc responsible for the jump shot, man? Is that where it came from? Or who's responsible for that?
You gonna be honest, yeah, it is. He is.
Hey, my boy Big Zoc was a YMCA all-star when he moved to Atlanta.
ZJ, man, we appreciate you, man. Congratulations on the commitment. We're gonna hang out with Dad for a little bit, man. Keep working, man. Keep doing your thing. Can't wait to see you in Memphis Blue.
All right, appreciate it.
All right.
All right, ZJ.
All right, y'all.
Big Zoc, you did good, big dog. Oh, man, they put out the Georgia Canes hat. How come I don't see them in the gym, dog?
Man, you know, some of the coaches got some. They ain't putting them out yet. I got to give Locks where he is. You know what I'm saying? I stay connected.
Oh, man.
And my internet up over here, man.
It happened to Bryce every week, man. Don't even worry about it.
Here you go.
It happens to Bryce every week. It's all good. We one of the things that you know, talking about ZJ, man, has just been that work ethic. You know, Locke talked about, you know what I'm saying, that work ethic with him on the baseball field, and it transitioned to basketball. You know, Locke said he didn't know back then that he would be a high major basketball player. But I'll ask you, man, did you know? Did you have any kind of indicators that when he made the switch from baseball to basketball that it was going to go well?
Yeah, man. Like at first, I thought he was gonna be a baseball player, man. You know, Matlock seen the grind. I think when he stopped playing baseball 4th, 5th grade, man, he was throwing 55 miles an hour. But you know, every day we came home, he'd be in a baseball uniform in my backyard, and I would be in the shooting basketball to the, you know what I'm saying? It got dark outside, man. I didn't really start working on him with his jump shot till he got in that free throw shooting contest in Albany. Like the Elks Lodge hoop shoot, you know what I mean? He ended up being able to win nationals in that one year. So, you know, we really locked in. And when he came up here, he was like, Dad, I want to quit baseball and just focus on basketball.
That good stuff, man. That I remember the forming of the Georgia Canes, man, and that team. It was what ZJ, what, 5th grade year, wasn't it?
Yeah, fifth grade.
Yeah.
Being to me, he was a special player back then because of his range. Like, it was crazy seeing a little kid being able to shoot the ball that efficiently from that deep. Right? What did y'all do to kind of be able to develop some of that range on his jump shot?
I mean, to be honest, man, until Zacho probably got in the 8th grade, when me and him, you know, shot the ball, it was everything inside the 3-point line. We didn't shoot no threes, man. Like, we making 500 shots inside the 3-point line. It was Big Fred from the Southern Spurs in 4th grade.
Big Fred.
If you feel it when you cross half court, let it go. And you know me, I'm up there holding the camera. I was like, why is he shooting that shot? You know, I'm like, man, that's a bad shot. He said, man, I felt it. I felt like I could make it. So then, you know, Fred was like, man, if you got the confidence, let it ride. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I just, you know, let him do his thing.
That's a lot of.
I remember Fred. We had some good times with Fred. We had some great. But I remember when he played with Georgia Go Hard. Shout out to Robbie Givens. That one tournament. And I think every time he went across the court, Robbie said, let it go, Zacho. And he hit maybe like 5 or 6 threes one game.
Yeah.
And I think I called you and I was like, hey, man, this motherfucker here off the chain right now.
That's when I thought I said, man, that's when I thought I said, this man might have a chance right here. You know what I'm saying? He might have a chance, you know, but, you know, he was smaller. Even when we joined, you know, made the Georgia Canes, man, I kept bigger guards. You know, everybody liked to press in, you know, elementary, middle school ball. So, you know, I mean, he wasn't strong enough with the rock, but I kept them bigger guards, and he was our shooter. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about that Georgia Canes a little bit because you did it a lot different than a lot of people would do.
Hold on, before we start there, he ain't gonna admit this, but I came up with the name. Hey, he gonna deny it. But we was at the Y one morning.
I still don't remember that. But hey, tell him why the color green and orange.
All right, because this is why the colors. It's 2 different stories. My story is,
which one is true?
All right, I think it's like half and half. At 30 for 30, that 30 for 30 came out with the Miami Hurricanes came out. And I was a big fan of their 30 for 30. And so I think me and Zacho was just talking about it. And so Zacho played for Albany High. They're in Albany. It's no longer here, but their colors are green and orange. So that's who Zacho played for. That's what Zacho got his name for, you know, shooting the deep ball. Zacho averaged maybe like 17, 18 points as a junior at Albany High.
Yep.
And so that's how it just ended up coming. Like I said, I'm still gonna try to take credit for the name, but I give him the credit for the colors.
I see.
We can go with that.
All right. But yeah, that's how it started at what, Marietta YMCA?
Yeah, we was at the YMCA. You know, we used to go play ball in there at 5 in the morning with the old heads. And, you know, sometimes Zacho used to get up and go play with us then. He was probably in the 3rd or 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I want to talk about that. We're going to get to the smoke, Zach. You did it a lot different than some other dads that we've seen kind of come through because you didn't always coach ZJ. As long as I've known you for the majority of the time, you didn't coach ZJ. What was it about having him coached by other guys and trusting other guys? Even though you were a coach and a good coach, you still brought other guys in to coach them. What was that philosophy like for you? Not doing the traditional daddy ball stuff and just coaching your kid all the way through.
Man, you know, I mean, I got forced into it when we was at McKeitron on the feeder team. You know, they always need coaches. And I brought Locksway on. And, you know, I mean, Locksway, I let him run the team if he want to, make the subs, do everything, you know, run practice. I always like to sit on the sideline so I can see, like, you know, I mean, when you're coaching, you got to watch every kid on the team and help them out. And, you know, everybody going to accuse you, you know, of, you playing daddy ball. I remember we was in 5th grade, parents leaving notes on my car. And I think Zako was in the 5th grade, but he was playing 6th grade. I'm like, Zako was getting boxed and won on playing up 6th grade, the only kid, you know, but I was playing daddy ball. So, you know, so I just said, let me step away. So I said, let me step away, you know, so I can look at Zako's game, see what he needs to work on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fan, you know, like we've been grinding on like little small stuff that he needs to work on. If it's speed, foot speed, agility, getting stronger, you know, I mean, I can really see, you know, what he's doing in the game instead of like coaching and being focused on everybody.
Got you. A lot of good coaches that y'all had in that organization going all the way back to, I remember Mark coaching those teams. What have been some of your favorite Georgia Cane moments over the years?
Some of the favorite moments, I mean, is recently, you know, with Coach Bryce getting kids signed, man. That's a great feeling. Man, Bryce is one of the greatest pickups we got. You know what I'm saying? I remember my boy Big Rob. He told me, he said, "Man, I think Bryce getting ready to leave such and such program." You know, and we had a 17U team, 16U. We're in 2016, and then we didn't have one 2017, so we picked it back up in 18, and we got Bryce. Just helping kids get in school, man. Those are great feelings. I mean, I remember back in the days, you know, 5th grade, I think we had one of the best teams in the state, but that don't really mean that, you know, those were fun times playing with those guys and having kids coming up from Auburn and playing with us.
Man, hey, he never says the moment that I think he's going to say. Because if my son was in the 8th grade playing 17U, doing his thing, y'all wouldn't be able to shut me the hell up. That might be why it didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was some good times too. When, like, I guess in April we had some unsigned seniors. They got signed. So when July came, you know, we needed some players, and you know, Zaka was able to fill in, and I really think that would help them, you know, transition into the high school. Being able to play in the 9th grade, you know, getting the speed of the game, playing with 17U.
Mm-hmm. Zach, how do you contain it, man? I'm sitting beside Zach at Swanee, and ZJ hits a step-off 3 at the buzzer and sends the game into overtime. And I couldn't tell whose reaction was more cool. ZJ just walked off the floor, went into the huddle like it was nothing, and I'm sitting beside Zach, and Zach just sitting there like, yeah, man, that's a good shot, bro. Like, I was like, bro, y'all, I'd have been ran on the floor, hugged them, like, how do you keep yourself so cool in the midst of the back and forth for all of these games, man?
I mean, I guess I get that from
my boy internet.
Got that, Bryce?
Hey, mine be working so far.
Bryce, you locked in today, man. There go Big Doc. We back.
Man, his internet acting up today, man. I guess my daughter playing Roblox all day, man. I don't know why. So you was asking me about the other day, I guess a couple weekends ago when we was in Swanee.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Locke always, you know, mess with me. He be like, man, Zoc, you be trying to act so cool. But I guess I get that from my dad when he used to come to the games, man. He just sit up there, chill. It ain't like all the other parents hooting and hollering, telling your kids shoot the ball. You know, I always tell Zocco, man, I can't save you when you inside them lines, you know what I'm saying? But I could tell you, you know, after the game, hey, you did this good, you did that bad. I mean, don't get excited, man. It is what it is, I guess.
Hey, it's funny because I used to tell Zach, don't worry about it. I do all the shouting. I do all the screaming for you. You see, I'm running on the court. Hey, I did it when we was when they was in the 3rd or 4th grade at the YMCA filming the championship game.
Yeah, you weren't filming the game. You were filming, the ceiling, but you weren't filming the game.
Hey man, it's been some great moments, man. You've seen a lot of kids through the process, and sometimes those moves look genius, and then other times you had people saying you was crazy, man. You get to Osborne and people saying that you crazy, man. Just what the move looks like you were genius again, man. Can you explain what you were seeing there?
I mean, we moved in Osborne district, so we had to go there. It is what it is, but I think Zaco, he really got to develop more at Osborne than he would have, if he was playing at South Cobb. He got the ball in his hand. He got to get double. Hey, one night he got triple team. You know what I'm saying? I guess teams wanted to send a message. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but I think he got better, as just overall, being able to do things he wouldn't have been able to do at South Cobb. I think at South Cobb it's like, hey, play hard defense, run the floor, shoot a 3, a jumper, you miss, 1 or 2, I'm gonna snatch out, but he got to really play the point guard, make his teammates better. Hey man, the truth be told, they called me crazy when I went to South Cobb too, Matlock remember that.
That's true. That's true. Never been one to you've been one to kind of create, or you and ZJ have been one to kind of create your own lane through this whole thing. Was that a part of the decision? Do you think that was a part of his thinking at all during this, that I'm gonna go someplace where, a lot of other kids going to SEC schools, I ain't going there, I'm going someplace where I can kind of do my own thing?
I think with that, I guess I always teach my son, don't forget where you come from, rock with who rock with you. You know what I'm saying? When you was down, you just not even saying down, like before you even got a little name in this basketball. And I mean, Memphis staff, man, they was, some of the ones that been around, I guess, since the coaches can contact the players. I mean, from, I guess, about a year relationship, man, just always text and calling, keeping in contact with him, texting me, like Zaco said on the show, watching, South Cobb film, watching Fall League film, watching Osborne games, telling him, what he did good, what he could do better, and just keeping that relationship with him. So, I mean, he was like, man, this is the school that was on me the longest and the hardest.
Hey, man, got to go where they love you. Got to go where they love you.
Facts.
We're gonna have a couple of wing plays, man. That Louisville-Memphis rivalry, if we ever get it back going, it's gonna be a good time. I won't wear my Cardinal red to the house, man. I ain't gonna disrespect. But no, just know my heart's gonna get broken, man. If he hit one of them step-off threes at the buzzer, I'm gonna be happy a little bit, but my heart gonna be broke a little bit too, man.
Oh, I'm running on the court.
I might run on the court then, you know what I'm saying? I might run on the court then.
Oh,
man, what's crazy though? I don't think people give Zaco a lot of credit. Zaco was ahead of his time. I remember we was in the 8th grade with this 2022 group. And like most teams, you had a good team. You had some of the best guards in that 2022 class, some of the best players.
Yeah.
You didn't want to sit here and play tournaments all the time. Like
yes. 7th grade year, I think we were the first team to do it. I mean, there are a lot of teams do it now, which is great. But man, 7th grade year, man, we locked in 6 months. We trained 2 days a week, body work with a guy named KP out there in Stone Mountain. One day with Swain, one day with Nick Stapleton. Some of the best, top trainers in Georgia. And I think we played 3 or 4 tournaments. That's how I lost a lot of kids that year. And then after that, I just let Zaco, kind of play with somebody else. Since everybody, they wanted to go play games, see their kids score points. But I thought that development, would really help them out and be better.
That's huge. I do remember that year. And when you talk about all of these people that y'all went to go see, it ain't like they all located like right there close to where y'all live at. Y'all were doing some driving to get to KP doing that body work.
Yeah. KP wanted, if he was closer, I'd still be sending Zaco to him this day. But yeah, man, I remember a lot of carpool trips. Parents helping out, but that was a good year. But like that was the year, we lost a lot of the players because everybody wanted to go play. And but yeah, I think we was one of the first teams to do it.
What is that about that, man? It's almost like parents say that they want kids to develop, but then their attention is primarily just about games, man. What do you think that comes from, man? What is that about?
I mean, everybody want to see their kids score points and put it on the internet, on Facebook. Hey, my baby did this and that. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's like the process of working out. They'll go pay $10, $15 every weekend to get in a tournament, but they don't want to pay a trainer. You got to invest money and time in your kids, you know what I'm saying, for them to be good at this basketball. And I know I invested a lot of time and money coming in the house 11, 12 o'clock at night with from Zaco, rebounding. For
sure. That is a trip. We'll pay AAU fees. We'll pay $10, $12, $20 sometimes a tournament to get in a game every day. But man, if you say, hey, we're gonna go train and this is what the trainer need, don't ask for that trainer money, man. What?
Yeah,
that's a tough question.
I mean, they and some people didn't even want to pay it. And when you had a bigger group, as a team, they giving you a little deal. You got to pay up front, but I mean, man, they still didn't want to pay that. They would rather go play games.
It looks like let's see what James said. These parents don't realize the more they play, more coaches can evaluate them, the more good truly assess their fit in their program. James, are you saying that maybe people should play less so y'all don't have as many opportunities to view the holes in their game? Is that what you're saying? You done seen a lot through this thing, man. As far as with, recruiting and parental decisions, guys coming, that you dealt with the Georgia Canes. What up, Mark?
Mark.
What has that been one of the biggest surprises to you though, as far as parents not wanting to pay for training, or has it been possibly something else that you've seen that's like, yo, man, this just don't make sense?
With parents, what you think, Bryce?
my internet went out, so I don't even know what he said. What'd you say?
Talking about biggest surprises from parents within y'all organization.
Well, from what I've seen,
biggest what?
Biggest surprises from parents. Does it shock you that y'all got all those D1s and parents still don't listen to your advice around recruiting?
I mean, it is what it is. I should walk around with my alumni list printed out, but I don't even think that matters, because at the end of the day, sometimes parents don't want to look their child or themselves in the mirror. It's a hard conversation sometimes, especially when you're 17, you know what I mean, or unsigned senior. So, I mean, I think we pretty much heard it all at this point. You know what I mean? I think we've heard it all from Can I call Coach K to anything?
You heard? Can I call Coach K?
Just about, pretty much.
Hey, if anybody got Coach K number, I think it's Zach though. Zach, you got the math over there. You got Coach K math, bro.
I think they don't understand. I don't think that they look at, like, in order for me to have somebody's number, I would have to have a kid being recruited by them in the past. You know what I'm saying? So no, I can't call certain people because we've never built a relationship over, you know what I'm saying? Like, but most of the kids that we end up having could play at the level of the relationships that I have, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of kids think they're high major, and most of them are not high major. There's not a lot of high major kids. Doesn't really work like that. You know what I mean? It's not a lot. It's more low major and D2 and a few mid major sprinkled in. But so, you know, we've heard it all. But at the end of the day, you can't do anything about it but just keep grinding. You know what I mean?
I think,
yeah, because if they were coach A level, I don't think they'd be on our team. You know, somebody come throw them a free bag and tennis shoes, man. You know, they would have ran it off on us.
Mm-hmm.
and
a lot of these parents now haven't experienced a real live period. So if you've seen a real live period at McEachern or wherever, Lake Point, and let's say I run into so-and-so coach and then I run into so-and-so coach, and you know what I mean? They would be like, okay, well, I see you got some connections. They ain't never seen that before. And I think a lot of them I think they get confused with seeing stuff on Twitter, like so-and-so committed and so-and-so. They think it's just luck. I mean, that's not really how it is. A lot of this is connections and relationships that we've built over the past, I don't know how many summers. You know what I mean? Especially with COVID, and they can't evaluate you. So I don't think it's anything that you can do but keep working. You know what I mean?
And I'm gonna double back on that. I would say, if I don't know him, y'all don't know him, it's somebody in our circle knows him.
They knows him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because we have a ton of relationships. Like I said, we are one of the main independent programs on the radar.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I don't know, Willie might know him. Sean might know him. Like, we know somebody that's gonna know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
To help us put the kid in the best situation.
I mean, and we've had, as far as Division I guys go, we've had Furman. We have somebody on Furman's roster. We have somebody on USC Upstate's roster. Virginia Tech, UAB, South Florida, and I'm missing some. So I mean, just because they committed to that school, they were probably 3 or 4 or 5 other schools recruit them at the same time too. So you can look at it that way too. You know what I mean? It's all about the relationships and the connections. But at the end of the day, you know, we're just trying to help them get to the next level, and we're pretty honest with them. You know what I mean? Like, we're honest with them, like where we see, you know, and we're not trying to hurt their feelings, but some of them have certain things they have to work on to get to where they want to be. So
that's a nice way of putting it, Bryce.
I mean, it's the truth. You know, a lot of people don't. Your game has to translate to the next level. And one thing that Zacho got early on, little Zacho got early on, is the shooting. So if you watch college basketball, which a lot of kids watch it, but they don't really watch it, you're not really watching it. If you watch college basketball, a lot of it is shooting. You know what I mean? It's mostly shooting. It's being able to get your own shots off, create space, and you have 35 seconds to get a shot off. So you have to be able to handle the ball, make a decision, and know what you're doing. That's the basics. And a lot of kids can't do that. Sometimes they need extra time. So, you know, we just try to give them the formula for success. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's hard to get that message if you don't want to hear it, if you're not open-minded.
Hey, I want to let people in on a little known fact that about Zaco that most people probably don't know. Kind of responsible for this show. Even I don't know that we've ever talked about that, but kind of responsible for this show even existing, man. Zach, do we want to open it up and kind of tell folks you had to kick me in the ass to get going a few times and to stay going a few times?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you started, you was thinking about it, and I said, man, just do it. I mean, it's, what you said you want to do for the state of Georgia, even nationally, just trying to talk about players. I thought it was a good idea, and I mean, I'm just proud of all y'all. Locke, Bryce. I mean, Huff was on there. I know Matlock wanted Huff out the show, so he got his. I'm just joking, man. Congratulations on moving on to bigger and better things. But I mean, I guess.
Hey, Locke was tired of them coaching clinics.
Yeah. Well, Locke always trying to get somebody off a show, a team.
Everything.
That's what Locke do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Locke will try to get a kid to commit, move out the way. Like, bro, relax.
Yeah, I heard you be pressing up, Locke.
Hey, man, don't believe the rumors.
This dude like Danny Ainge, bro. He will move somebody out the way.
Hey, look at James. Locke sent my boss to Mark. Trade it, my boy. Jeez. That's tough. That's tough. But no, most people don't know that you have been officially producing the podcast for the last 3 to 4 years, man.
Man, I wish I could do more to help y'all out, man. You know what I'm saying? But y'all doing a great job, though.
the dot connector, man. Hey, y'all get a couple more high major kids coming through the Georgia Canes, man. Just when the bag man show up, just send the bag man this way, man. That's all we need, a little funding, big dog. We be good.
Yeah. I mean, enough people watch they get some sponsors.
Yeah, I'm gonna start flashing. Last idea. I'm gonna start flashing the Love of the Game Cash App up here, man. We're gonna start passing around the collection plate.
Yeah, I mean that's what they do on other shows.
Hey man, we can always do like them other guys, man, and just put all our content behind a paywall. And then when we talk about y'all kids, just charge you $10 a month to come and see what we said.
Yeah. That is a little interesting to charge people off of minors, unpaid.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna post a clip.
But you know what though? I can't say nothing about it. But the thing is, I can't say nothing about it though because they always in the gym. So
one of us is too.
Not like them. That dude be in the gym. He always out looking at talent.
I'll be out too.
I don't think college coaches that stuff they writing though.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Hey man, $10 a month times how many subscribers y'all think we can get?
That's the thing. It's just like some sources are not as credible, and
right.
And people are not understanding that. You know what I mean? Like everything ain't created equal.
Yeah, we got 36 kids off us during COVID with no basketball happening.
Who did?
Jordan?
No, we did.
Oh, man up.
Love of the game.
Oh, love the game. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, it was
It was
Locke's idea, and then Locke didn't want to send in players for the show. That was funny.
What?
Hey, Locke come up with the best ideas and then forget that it was his idea, and then be like, "Man, I don't feel like doing that." Good idea, dog. It was a great idea.
You gotta, hey, you know how you roll. You'll wait 5-6 months to think about my idea.
It was a good idea.
He was for that period of COVID, he was putting all our ideas on the back burner.
Hey, man.
Hey, they all was a go. I can't even see what I go through because Zach know exactly what I go through. Y'all text him first.
Thanks.
Oh,
Hey, I did not say 30. I did not say 31. I said 36. I said 36. Check your math, homie. I didn't say 31.
I'm crazy.
Brought that name up on here, man. You must be wild.
What's in the cup, Dre?
Kool-Aid.
Hey, man, just fruit punch, man.
Okay.
Just fruit punch, man. I'm trying to stay away from the Kool-Aid. Y'all got me fasting on Wednesdays. I'm trying to stay off sweets, even though technically this is still kind of sugar, but I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to get my neck back. Look, neck check.
I see. I see you. I've been seeing you at the gym and coaching your Georgia Man Up team, man. You've been doing your thing. Did your thing last weekend at Lake Point.
I appreciate it, man. I came prepared with some bullets to fire off. I'm glad you said that.
The uniforms look familiar, but
can we talk about that for a minute?
We sure can.
My boy overpaid, I heard.
Did you get those uniforms before or after they were posted on Twitter?
My order was in long before y'all posted. Long before.
We put our order in after Dre and got ours before Dre.
I'm glad we confirmed it though.
And you
well, I mean, I didn't know which one you were getting, so but we had to get orange. So I mean, that was the only one they had in stock.
That was funny. That was crazy. Hey, so you know what's funny? They see this on the show. They don't even see how the group chat is.
The group chat probably couldn't make. Actually, the group chat could not make the show. It's a little. But hey, we're gonna get the matchup at some point, right, Bryce?
We'll get it. We'll get it for the end of the summer.
Okay, cool.
I think you guys have shown that you're worthy of such.
Wow.
Oh man! Wow.
Now we did.
Yeah. I mean, you know what though? Yeah. Now let me tell you something. If you bringing them 35-year-olds to the gym, man, I don't know if we.
Low blow.
Hey, this is all I want to know. Why is it such a bad thing when we do it? We're not that bad.
I say it's bad.
The low blow.
Nah, we'll play you. Just give me a chance because the new kids I got now, they ain't completely ready for that smoke. So I gotta train them. We gotta train them about our ways. You know what I'm saying? They ain't completely there. Now, if you want to play the unsigned team and get some good quality high level bump, right now, yes.
I've asked for every team we can. We just want to keep playing, man. We just want to play great teams. We just want to keep playing great teams.
We're gonna bring the young. We're gonna bring the young guys out for you.
It's not. We got to move on. I'm just gonna say this: it's not good for us to be 12-0 right now. We don't want to be undefeated.
What does records have? What does that matter?
What does it matter?
Yeah.
To be undefeated? I don't want to be undefeated. Why? To me, it's
no championship. So if you win, you win.
Right, but it tells me it tells me the level of competition that we're still playing.
Not necessarily.
Anybody at some point you're gonna get in an event where all things being equal, right? Talent is gonna be equal, and anybody can win, anybody can lose a game.
I think that
you should be able to have an off night and win.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like, yes, you do matchups or whatever, but I mean, even like the unsigned team that we had this year, I think if they would have stuck together and played through all the way through April, they probably wouldn't have lost a game, maybe one. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to win because that helps the kids get recruited too. You know what I mean?
For sure. I want to win. I don't want to. I want to imagine that the competition is going to get stiff enough that we won't be undefeated. That's all.
I mean, you guys definitely could have got that work from Team Thad because they are different.
Very different. We wanted that. I remember y'all season with Art, with CJ, with DJ Patrick. Like, it was hard to find somebody to come in and beat y'all, but eventually they found a matchup that would come in and you know what I mean, push you guys to the limits.
Shooting.
I think that's what everybody wants.
Yeah, and I think the good thing is it looks like the live periods will be back. So if you are winning and you have some progress, you will get those matchups. You know what I mean?
Zach, how excited are you to see live period come back?
On me, I mean, I'm happy, man. It's just so the kids can get a chance to see them college coaches on that sideline. It wasn't nothing like walking in the McKeitron and seeing they got them 3 courses full of coaches all the way down the whole sidelines. And I seen some people that looked high major the week before when no college coaches was out. You know, they.
And then college coaches get out there and you start the anxiety start kicking in. And some kids either shoot too much or they just looking shook. It's different. It's tough. It's not easy.
It's different.
For sure. That I'm waiting for that. I'm gonna be so happy for my guys to have opportunity to play live period. I hate that it's just gonna be in July.
It's not gonna be in June.
It's gonna be in June too.
Right, but all the kids, all the high school kids are gonna be back with their high school in June.
Hey, it's gonna be a Georgia team camp, hopefully.
Yeah, they'll get that, but I want the McKeitron ESPN court, or maybe it'll be Lake Point ESPN court. I don't know how that's gonna work this summer with that partnership, but like you said, it's just a different environment when you see all those coaches in the gym, man. Like, them kids the kids that weren't playing hard before are gonna automatically, they're gonna start,
maybe
magically start diving on the floor for loose balls and all that stuff.
Maybe some of them still don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Well, Zach, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on, big dog. Like I said, most people don't know everything that you have your hand in and what you all are responsible for. So everybody that watches this show gotta know that it probably wouldn't exist without you behind it, especially bringing Lock in, helping us get Bryce on. Like a lot of the stuff we did is based on some of that. So appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you coming on, fam.
Anytime, man. Lock's way and ask me no questions. You know what I'm saying? Bryce ain't asked no questions. Only Dre.
And hey man, my back hurt, man. I'm telling you, I'm carrying on my back. Man, I gotta stretch. Sheesh.
Oh, I already know, man.
Man, what question you want me to ask you?
I thought you were gonna start with me. I thought you were gonna do something, man.
Dude, you want me to tell you? Look, you know how many times I want to fight this man in my life.
Wait, what? What? How you gonna wait to have this Joe Budden moment at the end of the show? Like, what are you doing?
I'm telling you, when I came up here, Zarko got me so bad. Y'all think I talk mess? I used to talk a lot. I still do. But Zarko used to only person that used to get under my skin. And we've been at times at the YMCA. Me and Zarko would be on the same team arguing with each other. And somebody on the other team would try to break up the fight. And me and Zarko would both look at them like, man, shut the fuck up. That's between me and him.
No, I ain't say that a lot. I ain't say that.
But nah, hey man, Zarko my OG, bro. Like Zarko, people don't even know. I started with the Georgia Canes before I even got with On the Radar Hoops. Yeah. Zarko connected me with Sean back at Mays High School when we was watching Quay Parker a few years ago.
Losway lost a championship game. He always said he wanted to get into tweeting on kids, so I hooked him up with Sean. If he would have won that game, man, you know, I don't know. He probably wouldn't have been.
I lost against I remember that year.
Yeah.
I remember that year. Yeah.
Hey, I want to know, man. I heard a lot that Zoc might have hit you with a step off at the last practice, dog. Sprayed you. Did it happen? His ass went down.
Yeah, so me and Zoc always been doing this. Every time we in the gym, it doesn't matter. We at a park, in the gym, we gonna check up.
Yeah.
We gonna check up, then we gonna shoot till somebody get tired first. We're gonna play one-on-one until somebody scores. We're gonna foul each other. We're gonna talk. We just gonna keep going at it.
Well, you know, now I got smarter yesterday. I just fell back in that zone and you just kept missing them shots.
You went zone one-on-one?
Yeah, just backed up. You can't shoot it. Yeah.
Man, y'all know I'm an undersized host.
Hey, I was about to name a kid and say who Lot jump shot was looking like, but I'm not about to throw that kid out there like that.
Man, don't do that. Don't do that.
We done seen some broke ones though.
Yeah, I got some lot videos from yesterday too. I was gonna post them and see what Mark think about them on Twitter. Yeah.
Hey, Mark, that kid on the phone, dog. Hey, Bryce, what's this press conference they keep talking about in the chat, bro?
I don't know. I have no idea.
They're trying to send you the team takeover in the.
I do have a press conference coming up on Wednesday though, so if they want to mark their calendars, we'll have another one.
Yeah.
Hey man, go ahead and put out the tweet, man. I'll drop the eyeballs behind it.
It's a little early. I'll give it to them like Tuesday night or something like that. It's all about breaking news. You know what I'm saying? We just over here breaking news. That's it.
No doubt.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate y'all having me on.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
All right, Zaki.
All
right. The mayor.
That's my A, man. That's my big bro, man. Without him, I wouldn't even been up here. I didn't even want to move up here to Atlanta. The man called me every day for about 2 months to move up here, and I finally did.
I definitely wouldn't have been doing media stuff. For sure. Would have never happened. Got locked on the first episode of Love of the Game. I'm about to go back and chop up clips of those old audio episodes and run them back. Do you ever go back to those? What?
I told somebody, matter of fact, the guest we got coming on, me and him was talking about when he came on a few years ago.
Yeah.
We talked about this episode.
Them audio episodes was hitting, man.
3-4 hours on the phone.
I believe we was a little more reckless back then, bro. Like, I gotta go back and check. It might not be safe to post. I gotta go back and check.
We was hardcore. We was hardcore.
We were a little more reckless back then. But hey, man, we gotta bring up our next guest, man. We're gonna keep representing the state of Georgia. The post-grad scene in Georgia is exploding, and we got to understand what happens. I'm gonna ask our next guest a question that is so simple, and it's probably gonna sound so stupid, but I've never asked, and I just wonder how many other people haven't asked this question. But I'm gonna bring up Middle Georgia Prep. Coach Tribby, what up?
Fellas, what's going on? Y'all doing all right?
Yes, sir. It light-skinned brother Knight.
I was just saying. Good to see us get a little love tonight, baby.
Light-skinned brother Knight tonight.
How y'all doing, man? Y'all good?
Doing good. I got a question that is so simple that I've never thought to ask about post-grad.
For sure.
And maybe I'm the only person who don't know. But what dates does the post-grad season run through?
I mean, it used to go from October and then go probably to like April. But now it's going from like middle of September all the way to, late April into March sometimes.
Got you. So when do you expect players? Because I'm seeing the commitments now. Y'all busy. Y'all busy at MGP. I'm seeing the commitment posts.
We shipping them out and trying to get them in.
What dates do y'all expect guys to arrive for the first workout? Like when the workouts, preseason workouts, and all that stuff start? Like, how does that stuff look?
Man, we get started pretty early. We go right at August. So like the first week of August, we start. So, I mean, we don't got much time to figure it out, right? We got a bunch of new faces. We got about 10 months to make it work. So we try to hit the ground as soon as possible. So
what's a typical day like at Middle Georgia Prep for a player?
A typical day, our situation is a little unique. But a typical day for us is get up in the morning, go to individuals. And, the individuals might go from anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. And it's just, sharpening the iron or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you go from that to breakfast. And then you go from breakfast to class. And then you go from class to typically you try to get a nap in, something of that nature, and lunch. And then from lunch, you come and you get weights. And then right after weights, we go right into our team practice, which usually lasts.
So it's very similar to college. I mean, very if not the same. Yeah.
Yeah, we try to mimic it to our best of our ability. Try to mimic it. It's a shell shock for a lot of guys coming out of high school because you think you have
you have no choice but to get better if you know what I mean?
For sure.
So what the typical day, what is the academic part like? Because you guys are kind of a special situation academically too, right?
For sure. So our guys are taking courses that will transfer wherever they go next. So they're taking college level classes. So if you need to get your Englishes in, you can do that. You need to get math in, you can do that. Any course that you truly want to get that's going to go wherever you go next, you can get it. So we got all our classes are accredited by the University System of Georgia.
Mm.
So in a perfect scenario, a kid could leave here with like 18 to 22 credit hours and not mess up their clock or anything like that.
I think you need to say that a little more loudly.
Just
so they can hear you in the back. Yeah, so they can hear you in the background.
18 to 22 credits, and it doesn't hurt you at all as far as your NCAA clock. Doesn't hurt at all. So that's, some parents, the biggest, thing with prep is, well, what are they going to do outside of basketball? And in our scenario, in our situation, they're still working towards that degree. So,
got you. Are you guys able to take like Hope or Pell or any of those things to help with the financial expenses?
for sure. And that's another part, I would I would love to say our situation is great because of me. But it's really just because of everything that is, inside of Middle Georgia Prep, the package. You can do that. You can use financial aid. There's a full cafeteria where we are, so guys can make sure they're eating. We got tutors where we are, so if you're struggling in the class, you can get that one-on-one. We got 2 gyms, we got 2 weight rooms, so we got a ton of resources and everything that you possibly need to be a good basketball player. That's probably why we've had 58 guys signed in the last 5 years.
I'm a lot of guys.
Yeah.
58 in the last 5?
58, 36 in the last 3.
So are you guys doing do you guys typically do like 2 teams or is it 1 team? How big are the roster sizes at MGP normally?
This coming year will be the first year we have an expanded roster. So we'll have more than 15 guys. Usually we go 15, 16, but this will be the first year. We'll probably carry 24. And just because of everything that's going on, it's just more good players. We never wanted to take a player just to take a player. We want to make sure we're taking guys that got the potential to be a collegiate basketball player. Because every kid that doesn't make it is kind of like a bad representation of the program, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kid don't make it, who they gonna blame, right? So you want to make sure, I don't want a coach to call me and be like, oh well, he just got anybody on his team. I always want them to feel like it's quality over there. So we're real selective on the people we try to bring in.
How do you guys manage that? 16 guys, 15 guys, 16 guys. How do you guys manage that?
For sure.
With playing time, all that kind of stuff.
For sure. I mean, and it's tough. Everybody has a game plan. Like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a game plan until you get hit. So, I mean, we got a game plan going in on how we wanted to go about doing it, and it works. And then you got to adjust to how everything is kind of going. But we play about 50 games a year. In a regular year, we're going to play 50 to 55 games. And so number 11 through, because we play 10 guys a game. We play an up-tempo style. We want to pick up 94. You got to play 10 people in order to play like that. But number 11 through 15, we're going to get you in where we can get you in. You know what I mean? If we got a game versus what I would deem maybe the competition level isn't as great, but it's an opportunity for them to play, we're going to get them in there in that scenario. Or we might pick on a couple of extra games and send a group that hasn't played as much to go in and kind of play in different roles. So at the end of the day, it's about getting the guys signed. So we're going to do whatever it takes to do that. And film is everybody's friend. So try to get as much film for everybody, 1 through 15, as possible.
Got you. I want to talk a little bit about what that post-grad grind is like. Because like you said, a lot of high school kids walk into it not really understanding what post-grad is about. Those games are super intense and super physical.
Sure.
What's the travel like? What is the physicality? What is the gameplay like? What can kids kind of expect once they get on the floor?
Well, I mean, you get some kids that come in and they figure, hey, man, it can't be that hard, right? I'm coming here. I'm going to do what I did in high school. It's going to work. And you're really dealing with, like in high school, and it's taken away from nobody at all. The best high schools, they got starting 5s that are Division I guys. But in high school, you might face a kid who's just playing basketball because football season ain't going right now, right? You might face a guy who ain't necessarily, his day isn't surrounded by basketball. He's just playing to play. Well, when you play other prep schools, good prep schools, every single person on that roster, they're chasing the same thing that everybody on my roster is chasing, which is a full ride scholarship, right? So if you're chasing something, you're in pursuit of something, you're going to sell out on it. So the games themselves are extremely physical. It's going to be it's really, really talented. We've played against pros. We've played against Kenyon Martin Jr., who's playing for the Rockets right now. We played against Anthony Sims, who's playing for the Portland Trailblazers right now. We've played against a lot of really, really good players. You know, and then in-state rivalry games, any kind of game that we get in-state, those are going to be intense too. So, you know, from that perspective, like, I think people underrate how hard those games are. They're really, really hard. To answer another part of your question, as far as like the travel, I mean, we play all over. We play all over the Southeast. We play in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia. I mean, Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, and so that's more travel than you would typically have at a lot of levels. You know what I mean? And so that could be a grind. You play a lot of road games. You know, mom and dad can't make it to all those games.
They got some questions from the chat, man. They want to ask you about housing at MGP. How's the housing situation look?
We have an apartment. We have a 4-bedroom apartment. And so the bedroom itself is, you got your own bed and everything like that, and you got your own bathroom, and you share a common space. And so, you know, our assistant coaches, who are really, really great, they're former players of mine. So I don't know if that's telling my age or whatever, but, you know, they come back and trying to get into coaching or whatever. And so they actually live right there as kind of like, you know, to look after and make sure they don't burn the place down. So that's kind of how our housing situation is. But it's in a gated community. So, you know, I haven't had to get out of my bed too late at night and kind of break nothing up or anything like that. So it's been smooth.
Do your guys have like gym access whenever they need? Is it, you know, key card 24/7, or what is it? If you have those guys that are just late night guys and want to get shots at 1 a.m., are they able to do that?
For sure. I was one of those. You know what I mean? I was one of those late night guys. So I get it. Our gym stays open at 12 at night. Yeah. So EJ.
We said gyms and the weight room stay open at 12, right?
For sure. Yep. So you got, you know, if you're one of those guys who get, you know, at night you might have something on your mind, you might want to get in the gym. Some people use basketball for their therapy, kind of like me.
Good stuff. Coach, they able to call you? Gym closed at 12. Hey, Coach, they able to call you at 11? Need somebody to rebound for me, Coach?
Hey, back in the day, I would have been all for it. You know what I'm saying? It's been doing it for a while now, so I got to pass that buck to somebody else. I'll lose my mind. I'll tell you what, I'll be sleeping on the couch if I try to get up at that time of night right now.
Hey, so let's talk about this comment, Coach. Who's the best post-grad in Georgia right now? Let's talk about it.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, you know, Rob Johnson does an unbelievable job at the Skills Factory. He does an unbelievable job there. I think he's a high-level dude. I think everything about him is just really, I think he just does a great job. He's a great communicator. I got nothing negative to say. I think he's underrated, if that makes sense to you. I think he's an underrated guy. And people talk about him, but I think he's underrated. But, you know, he has really, really talented dudes. He does an unbelievable job with training as well. He's a good basketball coach, but I think he's even a more unbelievable trainer too. And so they do a great job over there. Great job. My man over there at Core 4, Thomas Carr, he's a couple years in, but, you know, they're going to have something great over there. They do a good job over there at Core 4. You know, those two programs push me, if that makes sense. So, you know, I kind of build my roster based off of my competition. I've always, you know, tried to say, what do I have to do to beat the best 3 teams on my schedule for the year? And so they're always right there. And so I think they do an unbelievable job of what they do. I got nothing negative to say about those two guys. You know, there's other post-grads in the state.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I would be amiss to not speak on them too. A lot of really good coaches up and coming and post-grad in the state of Georgia. But those two I just mentioned are really, really good. And then obviously, you know, We're the longest tenured program in the state right now. So, I think we do a pretty good job.
Coach, why see, I'm gonna go straight for the smoke right now. Why do we not always get the matchups we want when it comes to post-grad basketball when we want them, especially in state?
It's a little bit of politics.
I feel like we should be able to get the smoke immediately if we want it. Why does that not always happen?
Everybody's playing chess, man. You know what I mean? Everybody's playing chess, trying to fill it all out. They want to make sure that they look good in different scenarios. I'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. I'm one of those guys. I don't want to play a soft schedule. I want to play the best of the best. It's kind of hard for me to just get up for just anybody. I'd rather play the best teams possible. But, everybody's playing chess, to an extent. And everybody's kind of making sure that they put it in the right spot so that they can get the best chance to look great. And, you can tip your hat to that. But I'm just kind of like, whenever you want to do it, let's do it.
I think we should have all the Georgia post-grads go up to like Dalton State and let's just fight it out. Like, why are we doing this? It should be on SUV TV.
Let's do it. I'm with it. I'm with that.
Invite some neighboring schools.
I'm with it. Huh?
Invite some neighboring states, Florida, Georgia. Who's Hidden Gym supposed to be having an event, man? We need to make Dave get on this and set these matchups up. Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, like we got some neighboring states with good post-grad programs. Let's fight it out.
Florida, they have a tendency to want you to come to them. They don't want to come to you. So, what's Southern hospitality? I guess they want us to come in, but good luck trying to get them to come. It's a few that will, but some programs have a tendency to want you to come to them, so I can so their uncle can ref something like that.
That sounds like DME and IMG. IMG don't want to leave that beautiful campus, man. They
no, they don't.
They don't want to leave that campus. They spend too much money on that league. Man, they gotta keep. Gotta bring you there.
You got the DME Academy down in Daytona. Man, it's another Georgia prep, man. What is ABCI on the south side?
ABI. Yeah,
ABI.
Green over there.
Yeah, guys don't get a lot of credit. Yeah, a lot of people don't know those guys, but they have sent some good players to the next level.
For sure.
You got what? Rockdale Prep.
New Rock
Prep, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he do a good job too. He do a real good job. He's been making that thing work over there.
Come on, Trivy. Who don't do a good job?
You want me just to throw somebody under the bus now? Y'all ain't finna get nobody then I'll show up to play. They got everybody and their mama in there. Y'all ain't finna get me set up.
They gonna clip it up, Trivy. They gonna clip it up.
I'm telling you.
They watching your facial expressions when I ask questions and everything, bro. They gonna try to clip it up. Yeah. But no, I do want to see that, man. I think this year has been eye-opening for me. Having an opportunity to watch New Rock play this year, T-Lap play this year. I've seen you guys. I've seen TSF at that MLK event that TSF had. I saw you guys again at ASA. It seemed like not all that long ago, maybe some weeks ago.
For sure.
They played at the Chris Watkins event.
We did. We wound up winning that game, but we look like we played a lot of games this year. Yeah.
So I would love to see it, man. I actually think, and there's been some talk about post-grad rankings and who should do those and who should be involved in that process. Stay tuned.
All right.
Stay tuned. We may be involved. Stay tuned.
People underrate how many Division I players have come out of Georgia post-grad. You know what I mean? I think the argument, a lot of people feel like they got to send somebody out of state somewhere else, but the job gets done right here in state a lot. We've had a Division I guy every single year the last 5 years. So, and a lot of our guys have been Division I guys that had no offers like that out of high school. So these are like dudes that have come in, put the work in, got bigger, got stronger, played against the competition level they needed to play against, and then went on to play Division I. We had 2 guys playing in the NCAA tournament this past year. So, I mean, you know, anything that needs to get done, why not get it done right here in your backyard, right?
For sure. What do you think about the coverage that you guys get? I mean, high school gets so much media coverage here in the state of Georgia. You guys feel like you guys get adequate coverage? Do you need it? Because obviously you've been getting the job done without it. How much does the media coverage even play into it?
I mean, we get a solid amount of media coverage, I think. I mean, but could we do better? Yeah. I think a lot of people are getting hip to it. You know what I mean? Like Post-Grad, what is that? You know, it's something that's been around for a while up north, and it's just now starting to really, really take off in Georgia. But you know, like even like Locke does a great job for me, man. He'll tweet things, his connections, he'll help me out with different things. You know, I see what you guys doing here. You know, and you guys do a really good job. You know, this is an outlet for a lot of kids. Y'all probably helped a lot of kids, put a lot of kids on with things like this. You know, and y'all, the way y'all go about doing it, you know, I don't feel like y'all got no skin in the game. Like you're trying to do it for a certain reason. I really honestly think y'all just want to help people, and you got to tip your hat to that. And you know, even having me on tonight. I mean, I ain't nobody. I appreciate y'all having me on. You know what I mean? But
it's light skinned brother night.
I see. I didn't know who was on that thing, man. I didn't know if it was, what's my man name over there at Fox Sports, Chris Broussard.
Oh yeah.
I said, man, what's going on, man? Look, I'm about to hear about this later from him.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, Trev, we appreciate you coming on, man. I really appreciate it. It's something that we need to do. I need to. Well, you know what I had trouble with, and I want to ask you about though before we let you go. Is everybody's schedule in Post-Grad like posted? Like we need to understand like what are the big events? How can we get more involved, right? Like what are the big local events at least that everybody needs to make sure they go to?
For sure. Like right now, we don't have no specific event that we do. We kind of just make it work, right? We just kind of put things together and then say, hey, do you want to come? Yeah, I'll come. Okay, you want to come? Yeah. And then all of a sudden it turns into an event, right? And and sometimes in Post-Grad, especially because of this past season, because of COVID, you know, we just winged it a lot. Any coach that tell you they didn't wing it this year, they're a liar. We winged it a lot. And so, you know, next year, you know, in a perfect scenario, we would be able to get on the phone early. And usually we do, but, you know, maybe we can get on the phone early and start getting some events set up that we can make sure the state of Georgia knows about.
Yeah, we got to have y'all circle back because, like, trying to find what everybody's record is, like, it's not necessarily posted everywhere.
Right.
And you know how Twitter get, man, Trib. I feel like people be making it up, man. People
right.
make up their record, man.
For sure.
We 38 and
we gotta start posting those wins and losses in the database.
Yeah, we need that. Man.
If you beat me, I ain't telling nobody. You have to tell somebody. You better go tweet it yourself. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm just kidding. I mean, yeah, I agree with you 100%. We definitely got to get it more official. I think the respect will come more when it's more official. The biggest thing we got to do is just get, you know, more Post-Grads to be on their P's and Q's about the professional side of it, like you saying, with the schedule, with the records, you know, putting the stats, things like that. You know what I mean?
For sure. Got to get it in, man.
Yep.
Trey, before you go, do you have a big announcement?
I do. I got a pretty big announcement, man.
Are we breaking news?
I figured we'd break some news right here. We've been sitting on this for a while, trying to figure it out, make sure that, you know, everything makes sense going forward with it. I've always been a big component of like, you know, women's rights and trying to make sure things are equal on that side of the table. And so with all that being said, you know, we're going to officially have a women's post-grad basketball program this coming season. So it's something that's been, to me, it's been much needed. We just hired an unbelievable coach. I think she's going to be fantastic. I think she's going to be a star. It's going to be a full-time job trying to keep her around. She's a former Division I player, Lisa. Obviously that'll all come out even more on Twitter in the coming days, but we're excited about it. I feel like there's a lot of women out there that, you know, need another opportunity or wind up just going where they got to go instead of going where they want to go. And so we can help them the same way we've been helping the men's side of things. We can kind of help them do the same thing.
Now, I'm not very familiar with girls post-grads, but is this the first one in Georgia?
I think this is going to be the first one. I think other people have done it and I dabbled in it. I don't want to speak out the side of my neck. I don't know for 100%, but if you haven't heard of them, and I ain't heard of them, you know what I mean? What you going to say? I don't know. I don't think there is. So, you know, we might be the first one kicking it off, and that's cool. I'm excited about it. I think we got all the resources necessary to make it a good program. And so, you know, we're going to try to bring in some good girls, give them all the resources that we've been giving to our men, and we're going to try to give it to them. And I know they're going to do unbelievable things with it.
That's dope.
I think it's dope. That's great.
Appreciate it.
That's great.
Yeah.
More games for me to watch, which is awesome.
Sure. Yeah. Right. You know, me too. I'm gonna be learning something new.
Need to go look at them Westlake girls. All of them can go.
Yeah, I saw something crazy like Collins Hill's whole starting five went Division I or something like that. You know,
yeah,
I got to learn.
There's definitely some talent in Georgia that is unhidden, but it's hidden.
For sure.
Yeah, gotta holler at Dave, man. He be posting a lot of them girls on Who's Hitting Gyms. Finding girls with no offers, man. Dave stay posting a 6'2" wing that can dribble and shoot 6'3". Like he be finding them, bro.
That's crazy. Dave's a good dude though.
He be finding them. Yep. But Trivy, man, we appreciate it, man. We gotta make sure we circle back around that September timeframe when y'all are kicking off and everything's going, and you know, make sure we know where you at. Have a midnight madness or something, dog. We have to pull up on you, dog.
Hey, y'all welcome anytime. I got Locke to come hang out with me one day. You know what I mean?
That's good. Hey, man, Tribby. Yeah, I know Tribby fed me. I'm gonna eat.
Hey,
for food and gear, Locke could go anywhere, man.
Say what?
I said for food and gear, Locke could go anywhere, and I won't be far behind him, to be honest.
Man, you got me sounding like I'm a thot out here for food and gear.
I mean,
like I'm a thot out here in these streets. Like, come on, man. Like I'm a basketball thot.
Hey, Locke, you could go the next 10 straight weeks on this show and wear a different school's gear. Easy.
I gotta get you right.
Hey, Trivy, I'm just trying to get one of those MGP shirts with the crown on it before Locke does.
I got you. Whatever, just let me know what size. I got you.
Hey. You know how long I've been sitting in Trivy players? You know how long I've been sitting in Trivy
players? For your shirt.
Right. You're right. It might have to be something. We're gonna make it work.
All right, True. We appreciate you, man.
Hey, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate that, coach, man.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
All right. Good dude, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Drake still ain't give us our shirts from Voorhees. I know you holding on to
them. And Huff said Huff said you got them.
I do got them. I've been waiting till when I saw y'all.
Bro, you see me all weekend.
I should have brought them to the gym. I be forgetting, man.
We played right after Dre.
Dre be player hang, man.
Not at all. Hey, man, I tried to coach 3 teams last weekend.
Boy, don't do that ever
again. I heard you jumping from Lake Point, Marietta, Wheeler.
McKee. Oh my God, bro.
Hey, you was getting it. Hey,
Where your other coaches at? Why are you doing all that?
I'm trying to make sure that I got. Well, I have coaches on 15U, but they're new. So trying to establish a certain culture and make sure that things are going a certain way. I have to. What I did figure out this week though, is that I got to do a better job. I'm working hard. I'm not working smart. I have to do a better job of working smarter and empowering the people that we have in place. And spend more time with my coaches without the kids to kind of talk about the culture that we have and what we're trying to build. So I've been working really hard, but I haven't been working as smart as I should. So
Hey man, me and Locke was talking about this too. If you coaching all these games and you watching all these jerseys, and next thing you know, you realize you're not eating good, and you know you eating gas station food and stuff like that. It's not really healthy on your body. You know what I mean?
it takes a toll on your body.
not take care of myself, man. I haven't. Yeah, that's true. I haven't been treating myself well. I don't sleep.
And then, and even if you like get home and you have an early game on Sunday, you still are gonna be tired for the next 2 days trying to just
Tell me about it.
It takes about 2 or 3 days to recruit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It took me 2 days. It took me until Tuesday to be able to speak. Like I literally had no voice. Like people were still, calling. I'm still trying to take calls, and I was literally like, it took me to scream for it to sound like a whisper. My voice was gone, but I've got some great people in the organization though. So
are you going to discuss your recent tweets following the weekend?
Which ones?
The one that you're a threat.
That I'm a threat?
Yeah.
Well, hey, look. I'm gonna just say this. I understand when people say negative things about me and the organization. I understand where it's really coming from. And it's coming from the fact that we all see it. The shoe teams aren't as good as they used to be. The talent level is leveling out. Kids and parents are making better choices. You're not going to be able to hide behind that brand forever. You're not going to be able to stockpile talent forever. You're going to have to coach some games.
Now, you said a mouthful there. I think this year, the shoe teams are not as dominant or not as good as they normally are. And it's multiple reasons because of that. But what I noticed especially this past, the last 2 weekends at the Sweet 16 on the radar and at the Tip-Off Classic, the shoe teams, we beat up on each other throughout the state. But when out-of-state shoe teams come to our state, they run it. Night Riders came and run late at Indy Hoops. Team Thad, Team Curry, they came and ran Lake Point. Yep. Those teams, and it's like I said, it's multiple reasons. Well, I feel like one reason is that there's so many teams in Georgia. So the talent is way much spread out. It's so many, like you say, it's so many good independent teams. So, of course, like you just say, the shoe teams are not going to get as all that high-level talent that they normally get. So now it's at the point where I've seen independent teams beat shoe teams this weekend. I seen the AJ Boye beat Atlanta Express. And like you just say,
we got a shoe team win too, Lot.
Huh?
We got a shoe team win too.
Who y'all played? What shoe team y'all played?
We played Team Carroll.
Oh, I ain't catch it yet. My bad. I forgot about that one. My bad. Y'all did beat Team Carroll. My bad. Y'all definitely did. But like I say, the talent it's so much talent in Georgia. It's just spread it out. So it's not. Think about like last year. Atlanta Celtics was the top tier team.
Yep.
Right now, we don't have no top tier team. Not just after me just looking at all the teams in the spring, I can't say any team in Georgia is the best team right now. They might be different in July, but right now, I like this. The Stars are pretty good. The best team, the overall best team, I think is going to be really good. Maybe Game Elite. They struggled a little bit this past weekend without Scooter Henderson, but Trace Premier, Paris, they held their own this past weekend.
Why didn't he play?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know,
but I think he's hurt. But there's not a dominant team right now where you could just say this is the best team in Georgia. Last year maybe the last 2 years have been the Celtics. This year it's hard to really say who's the best team in Georgia right now overall, in my opinion. Independent or shoe team. I just haven't seen this team can run through any team in Georgia right now. I feel like right now it's basically even.
Yeah, it's look, you're not gonna be able to sit back and wait. And I mean, maybe you can, but to a high level, you won't be able to just sit back and wait and just assume that all these kids are just coming to you. I think kids are starting to see, the success that Bryce has been having, the success AC Georgia had, and other folks are having, and say, well, I don't have to do that. I don't have to go and be second fiddle to somebody else, where I could still be successful, still go D1, even playing independent and stand out.
Yep.
We were sitting there watching a shoe team play, like me, you, and Bryce, and looking at a kid that we knew was unhappy and a kid that could play.
Talking about a kid from Georgia Star.
Yeah, and we looking at the kids like a lot like, hey man, you ain't gotta be happy forever. Like you ain't gotta be. Why are you sitting? You don't have to sit like, it's
at all.
My thing is we tell a kid, okay, we always talk about the platform, and we all know those shoe team platforms are great. But we also tell a kid that you got to go where you're going to be on the floor. And it's kids right now on some of these shoe teams that aren't playing at all. So why are you or playing very, very limited minutes when they can play? You're a Division I talent. Why are you sitting?
Well, I think a lot of times
40 minutes, but like, why are you sitting?
I think a lot of times most kids are just loyal by default because they've been with that program for so long. That's the only thing they know. It's that, Bryce. We played against Team Thad. That's another level. Like not saying that every kid can't play on the EYBL, because it's a big difference from a really good independent team and a really good EYBL team.
Of course there is.
So I had a talk with the kid, and I'm like, look, that doesn't mean you're not a bad player, but this may not be that platform for you to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I think sometimes a lot of people also don't look at playing the game that benefits them. And if you play in the game that benefits you, and you play on a team that, you might be the eighth man, but then you play on another team where you the main guy, and you're playing, all the minutes, and you have opportunity to get buckets or whatever the case may be and be seen. And then you playing against other maybe independent teams, so you're standing out. You're playing the game that benefits you, and a lot of people don't do that. They don't see it that way. They playing the game that other teams allow it. You know what I mean? Like they don't see it that way. I might be a shoe kid, but I might decide to play on the independent team and I'm gonna dominate. If I dominate on this independent team, coach is still gonna track me. They still gonna follow me because I'm a player. I'm a prospect. People don't look at it that way. You don't look at it that way. You got to play the game that works for you.
Most definitely. But hey, you on the shoe team, you got to be a motherfucker. Cause man, there's some good shoe teams outside the state.
Not only them dudes play like the shoe team kids, they play hard every possession, and they're skilled and they have high IQs. It's a complete package.
And I'm gonna just say this though too. When you go to some of those shoe circuits, they're looking for a certain type of kid. If you're gonna play EYBL and you don't have, forget how you play, forget how good you are, how many shots you can make, how good your ball handling is. I'm gonna tell you, forget about a lot of that. They're looking for kids with certain measurables. I mean, we watch, right?
Well,
paid attention.
First and foremost, I think they're looking for kids that are dogs. Then it goes to I think it then goes to the measurables. Yeah, right after that.
I think there are two, but like we watched the kid in that Elite Youth show, right? In season 1, play for the Oakland Soldiers. You playing for one of the best teams on EYBL.
Mm-hmm.
It took him all the way to Peach Jam to get his Division II offer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dip came on our show and talked about walking into Peach Jam and getting a kid.
Yeah, some college coaches also know what AAU programs they can recruit from. You know what I mean? Like if I'm a low major or a mid-major program, I'm probably gonna recruit from high-level independent teams. If I'm a high major college or university like UGA, I'm probably going to go to EYBL first.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Or Adidas, Gauntlet, or whatever. So college coaches know where to look.
If you're a small guard, it's going to be hard for you at EYBL.
And
that's not what they're coming there to find, bro. For the most part, it's not even about how good you are. That's not what they come in there to find.
You gotta be dynamic.
There are occasions where you have smaller guards that play in EYBL teams and they go play mid to high level college basketball.
For sure.
Very good, like very.
Jared Harper was smaller. Sharif Cooper was smaller. Zach Cooks was smaller, of course.
Zach Cooks. You had Tukey Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But we can name a lot of those. We can name a lot more guys.
Those were killers.
Look out for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, them bona fide. Damn near all of them. Most of them was high major.
I had a mid-major coach tell me one time when I was on a visit. This was before COVID and stuff, and he was like, "Man, I actually make a living off of recruiting independent kids. Like they know where their target is. You know what I mean? When you try to find a gem or a sleeper and somebody that plays hard and that you can bring in and get better. So,
and you know, a lot of times I think too,
that same kid that you guys are talking about that played on the shoe team or plays on the shoe team now. Imagine if he played on a quality independent team and got 20 games.
Fire. He set it on fire if he went independent.
Yeah, he would add 5 more offers just off that.
John Morant.
Yep.
Man, what this man got going on?
My internet may be slow. I can do that.
Hey, so people been hitting me up about the tweet I put out the other day.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
It wasn't doing a lot of it.
You know what? The thing about the unsigned team is, it's a lot of unsigned teams, and it's just like a lot of people didn't specialize in that.
No.
And you have to be connected to specialize in that, because at the end of the day, you're trying to get kids to the next level. So now it's like, oh, COVID comes around. Oh, okay, it was a bunch of unsigned kids. Let me just make an unsigned team. Like, what? So now you're watering it down even more.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
I just think coaches and program directors don't need to depend on A&U to get their unsigned senior kids signed. It's so many workouts. You know, every time I see one on Twitter or something that was sent to me, I repost it. Like this weekend coming up, Corey Black has an event where I know college coach Corey Black is a big name in the state, been doing this for years. Like, I feel like, yeah, have your kids play A&U. Like Mundre, I know your point guard Dorian is going to be there. Like, you have to send these kids to these events. Just like we said earlier, y'all pay for A&U. What you say?
I said Huff got one this weekend too.
Yeah, like, you have to go to these events as much as possible, because a lot of times, a lot of these JUCOs, D2s, their season just ended. JUCO season just ended. They're trying to figure out what they want. They're going to have these open runs, these open workouts, these invite-only workouts. You know, the program you with, your high school, your coach or director needs to have relationships where that coach can hit you up and say, hey, what you got? Send me some players. I'm having this workout. And different things like that, because you just can't depend on playing A&U right now. Because right now, college coaches are coming, but it's so many games going on. It was a ton of coaches at the event this past weekend. I've seen a good amount of coaches, but there are so many games, so many teams. It's confusing. You don't know who's the unsigned team. You just don't know. Like you said, Bryce, when you're Stapleton, like now, Mundre first year during the unsigned team. More than likely, he's going to do one the next year and the following year. So he's going to be known to have unsigned players. The Smyrna Stars are known for doing this. They've been doing this for years. They know, hey, I'm going to go check out the Smyrna Stars because I know they're going to have 10 to 15 kids that can actually play at the next level, and I know I'm going to be able to watch them. The Georgia Canes has done it in the last few years. Like, it's going to be very hard to have a just unsigned team this year and you don't have their relationships with different types of coaches. Because you can play A&U every weekend. If your kids still don't have nothing popping, like, why you just got him playing in meaningless tournaments? Because more than likely, he's not going to get maybe one or two tweets, because at this point, you're looking at the younger kids, the 2022s, the 2023s, the 2024s. So you definitely have to have a relationship with coaches from every level. So you could just go to these workouts. We had Trivion. He has workouts every week bringing players on. The JUCOs in Georgia, the JUCOs in Alabama, D2s. Like, you guys make sure y'all send y'all players to these workouts and not just play A&U every weekend.
Got to send out a lot of tape. Got to send out a lot of film too, man. Where you don't have relationships, you still got to do the work. You're going to have to reach out. You're going to have to try to it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It ain't just about those games, like Locke said.
No, it definitely is, man. You got to build a relationship. Because once you send it, and like you said, Mundre, you seen it, Bryce, you've been doing it. Once you send that college coach a player that one time, he's going to hit you up every year to see what you have.
Yep. Dr. Love,
Hey,
you gotta go to the archives, man.
They love us talking about this subject, man. I caught a lot of flack in the gym because of this.
We're gonna have to do it again because there's a lot of coaches in the transfer portal.
Oh man. Hey.
It's a lot of high school coaches in the transfer portal.
This high school season gonna be so shaken up, so crazy.
It's So a lot of movement, a lot of coaches in the transfer portal. I don't want to hear coaches talk about kids transferring anymore after this year.
Yeah. Bryce, you coming out of retirement?
You on mute, Bryce.
For high school?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Bryce is an AAU guy.
I know. I know that. I'm just gonna see what he was gonna say. I know that.
I am very versatile. I'm just a coach. I can coach whatever.
I want to coach high school. I want to be a community coach.
Have fun.
Just give me JV.
Nah, I can't be a high school because I'm not gonna lie. I like to move as I please. I'm not gonna be in the gym every day. Not right now.
Yeah. And I like the one thing I like about AAU is I can work with what I want to work with. That's the only thing.
I just want to learn, man. I feel like it'll be a good learning experience for me.
It's no different than anything else, right?
Most definitely. Hey.
Under a good staff, become a community coach under a good staff, learn a lot of basketball, maybe.
Well, whoever gets McKeecher, we might can go up under them.
A lot of people in the running.
Ton of people in the running. Ton of people in the run for Hillgrove.
Dutchtown?
Yeah, I heard. I've been hearing a couple of interviews for Dutchtown as well.
He almost dropped the name. You see it?
I did have to stop myself. I had to stop.
Drop the name, bro. Hey, man, we don't be this careful when it comes to kids transferring. We be put their business out there in the streets. Might be time to put business out there.
These some of these guys' livelihood, so I'm not trying to jeopardize your job.
Yeah. We're gonna break it down though. As soon as everything gets filled in, which I would imagine will have to be soon because by June everybody got to be in place, right?
Yeah, man. I think it's April now, man. I think we finna start seeing the changes pretty in the next few weeks, man. You're gonna see the edits on Twitter, dropping the edits, the announcements. You know, you might see a video. Coach walking in the gym at his new school.
Oh man! Hey, will a coach drop? I'm taking my talents too. Are they gonna drop those videos?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I'll do it. If I had to be a head coach, I'll do it.
I would too.
Hey, see, this is a misconception, man, about me with South Cobb.
Yeah, you definitely not get hired out of history.
I didn't talk bad at South Cobb though. All I told was I told the truth. I did not talk bad about South Cobb. I said, hey, there's a 6-game stretch or an 8-game stretch that's going to tell me what they are as a team. And then we just watch the games play out.
Yeah. Hey,
I was on there. I was not.
It's gonna be, hey, we gonna, hey, I'm South, hey, let me shut up. I know too much.
I already know what you wanted to say. Like, see, if this was just on the phone, we would have been and said all of this stuff. All of this stuff would have got said back in the day. We done got soft in our old age.
Man, I think it's not us being soft. I think we starting to realize how many people watch the show.
We protect too many people, man. We should start letting that shit out, bro.
You starting to see how many people watch the show. It's like, all right, we ain't gonna go. We ain't gonna tip the cup all the way over. We're just gonna tip it enough.
We used to flip the whole damn desk over.
Nah, we did. We definitely did. You know. I'm gonna get back in my bag though. Once these people start securing these jobs, I'm gonna really be in my bag.
I think that's gonna be my thing. This high school season, I'm gonna wait until high school season start, and then I'm not saving anybody from anything anymore. I think I'm just gonna say it, whatever it is, every time.
Hey, My guy.
No matter what. Y'all in it with me?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
We used to be at people's neck for real.
I'm with you. I just feel like, man, it should be no love lost. We just opinionated on.
Yeah. That's my thing with this. Even with this South Cal stuff, it's not personal. I just looked at the schedule. We saw what we saw. You know, you go from there.
Only thing I can say, I hope one of my homies get one of these jobs in Cobb County. We're gonna be up. We're gonna be up.
Hey, whoever get McEachern, boy, cha-ching.
Freshman, you gonna have a new home.
Ooh. I know who I hope get it, but I don't think that's who they're gonna hire.
It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
If I put somebody's name out there that I hope gets the McEachern job and they didn't even apply, am I messing with their livelihood? Can they lose their job?
I ain't gonna say they're gonna lose their job, but you might get a couple of text messages.
I don't want to do that. You know how they clip up the show and then start sending it around. I don't want to do that.
Oh, they don't send the full clip.
Yeah, no, just the dumb shit I say. They
don't send the full clip.
Yeah. But hey, man, that's our show for the night. Nothing really going on this weekend tournament wise, right?
Yes, I'm at the Battlegrounds, on the radar Battlegrounds. Watching the middle school.
I forgot the middle school joint. Where's that?
I hope McEachern.
Oh, it's in town. It's not out of state this time?
No, it's in Atlanta, yeah.
Man, I'm pulling up. Send that to me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm getting my house ready
last weekend for the on the radar Battlegrounds. It's a ton of out of state teams coming, man. Ton of teams from Florida, Tennessee, and South Carolina, and North Carolina, actually.
I'm preparing my house to get ready for sale. So I got a bunch of stuff around the house to do, but I'm gonna try to sneak out and watch some games on Saturday.
There's definitely gonna be some good kids, man. Ton of talented teams, and I'm definitely looking to this 2024 class because I haven't really watched them, but I definitely plan on watching them all this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
No doubt. I want to see that 2024 class for sure. 2025 too, for real. To be honest, it's time to start getting to know 2025. That's crazy, right?
Time flew by. Time is flying by.
2025, 2026, like we should really be getting to know those classes. It sounded so far away. Now it's like right here on us. So yeah, I'll try to pull up, catch a game or two, man. I might be able to get away for 2 hours, catch me 2 games, and slide back to the crib. Do I get a media ban a lot? Y'all gonna charge me at the door?
I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. You better use your face card. Do like I do. Look at him, give him the head nod, keep walking.
All right, man. But hey,
we got you, Drake. We got you.
That's our show, man. I'm gonna try to come catch some guys. Maybe I'm gonna have to look at the schedule, see who's on the Battleground schedule, and slide in, man, with no love of the game gear on, and just try to find me a corner and watch a game or two, and then get back to the crib before the wife knows I'm gone and I'm not outside in the yard doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Cool.
All right, man. Hey, that's our show. It's the Love the Game podcast, man. We appreciate y'all for jumping on. Good night.